Wednesday Addams Season 2 – Easter Eggs and References. Wednesday has just become Netflix's first largest English-language program of all time, just overtaking Stranger Things and Dahmer in the process. The popularity of Netflix's series is ranked by the total number of hours within its first 28 days of release. However, you should give the series another watch and make an effort to find the many Easter eggs that are dispersed throughout it like beautifully gothic gems. Only then will you be able to set yourself apart from others. Or keep watching this video in order to see our compiled list if that is more convenient for you. The ScoobyDoo Crossover episode. In the 4th episode of the first season of Wednesday, the town sheriff of Jericho makes a Scooby-Doo illusion, thereby returning the favor for an episode of the new Scooby-Doo movies that aired in 1972 and featured the Addams family in a crossover episode. "Listen, Velma," Sheriff Donovan Galpin says to the Scooby Gang on Wednesday, "why don't you and the rest of the Scooby Gang stick to your schoolwork and let the pros investigate?" In the original crossover episode from the 1972 series titled Wednesday is Missing, Gomez and Morticia go on a second honeymoon, leaving the mystery-solving group to house-sit for the Addamses. However, Wednesday goes missing, forcing the gang to figure out what happened to her and solve the case before Gomez and Morticia return. Cousin Ignatius It. Behind the painting of Cousin Ignatius It, which can be found in the basement of the Secret Society of the Nightshades, there is a safe that contains an important document that may be used as a clue to Wednesday's case. Ignatius It was a member of the Addams family in the very first television adaptation of The Addams Family, which was played by Gomez's brother, Uncle Fester. Wednesday was introduced to Ignatius It by Uncle Fester. Even though he is connected to the Addamses on a biological level, Cousin It does not have the appearance of a human being since he is made up completely of blonde hair that extends from his head to the ground. In addition to that, he always sports a bowler hat, a pair of round sunglasses, and a constant stream of nonsensical babble. Wednesday's pet spider, Homer. In the 6th episode of the first season of Wednesday, there is a flashback to one of Wednesday's prior birthday celebrations. During this memory, Wednesday breaks open a pieta that is full of spiders. The spiders cause the other children at the party to run away in terror, but they have no problem making their way all over Wednesday. Wednesday Addams actually had a pet spider that she called Homer and that she kept in a cage during the run of the 1964 television series, The Addams Family. Wednesday is the only day of the week on which Homer does not make an appearance. Nonetheless, Wednesday's passion for creepy crawlies is embodied in one of her other pets from her childhood. Wednesday confides in her roommate Enid that when she was 6 years old, she had a pet scorpion named Nero, but that he was cruelly murdered by a pair of vicious boys who harassed her. Wednesday's story comes up during a rare moment of bonding between Wednesday and Enid. Wednesday's dorm is named after her aunt. In addition to Cousin It, many other members of the extended Addams family make official and unofficial cameos during the course of the play. For example, Uncle Fester and Grandmama Addams are mentioned a few times, mostly by Wednesday in ominous little vignettes that are intended to frighten the audience. Uncle Fester, who seems to be Wednesday's favorite member of the family, makes a cameo appearance in episode 7. However, Grandmama Addams does not make an appearance in any of the episodes of Wednesday Season 1. Ophelia Frump, Morticia Addams' sister and Wednesday and Pugsley's aunt in the original The Addams Family TV series from 1964, is not mentioned by any of the characters in Wednesday by name. However, the writers named Wednesday's dorm at Nevermore Academy after Ophelia as another hidden Easter egg. Wednesday hating pilgrims is a reference to Addams' family values. Because of her deep-seated prejudice towards pilgrims, our tempestuous heroine gets into a fight at a coffee shop during the first episode of Wednesday. Wednesday's aversion to pilgrims and Pilgrim World, which is an amusement park in Jericho with a pilgrim motif, is a reference to the much-loved sequel Addams' Family Values. In that film, Wednesday and Pugsley are sent to Camp Chippewa along with their other siblings. It is Wednesday, portrayed by Christina Ricci, who is ultimately responsible for torching the camp's idealized version of the Thanksgiving performance and delivering her famed speech about the brutality of the pilgrims. Goodie Items. Wednesday meets her ancestor, Goodie Items, when she is sent back to the 1600s by one of her psychic visions. Goodie was accused of being a witch by the local pilgrims, and she barely avoided being burnt at the stake. In the 1991 film, The Addams Family, Wednesday takes a photograph of a school that is unsettling because it depicts a lady who is burning. Morticia is informed by her instructor that the item in question is only a photograph of her great-aunt Calpurnia Addams, who was executed by practicing witchcraft in Salem in the year 1706. Morticia continues by saying, She danced nude in the town square, and she enslaved the pastor. Butler. What kind of a rich goth family would they be if they didn't have a butler who was also goth? Lurch is a gloomy entity who stands 6 feet 9 inches tall and speaks mostly via grunts, which only the Addams family is able to comprehend. The character was created by actor Ted Cassidy. Gomez and Morticia are able to call him by pulling on a bell, at which point he swiftly comes and asks, "You Ray?" When Tyler's co-worker Wednesday rings the bell at the Weather Vane, the coffee shop where he works, he quickly comes over and asks, "You Ray?" Archery. Wednesday goes to the archery club after being compelled by Principal Weems to choose an extracurricular activity. There, she picks up a bow and arrow and participates in the activity. It should come as no surprise that she nails it, thanks to her skill. Wednesday and Pugsley, 2 members of the Addams family, are coerced into taking part in archery as a summer camp activity in the TV show The Addams Family Values. There is a scene where Pugsley takes aim at the skies and manages to strike an American bald eagle with his ball. Edgar Allan Poe is a running theme on Wednesday. Edgar Allan Poe, a great American writer, is brought up in the Netflix series, and he is even inserted into the series as a prominent graduate of the fictional institution. Edgar Allan Poe was born in 1809 and died in 1849. In point of fact, one of Edgar Allan Poe's most well-known poems, The Raven, served as inspiration for part of the name of the school. In Poe's renowned poem, The Raven repeats the phrase, "Nevermore," in a number of different stanzas. In the episode, ravens are visible all throughout the school, and Principal Weems's office even has several taxidermy birds resting on her desk. And of course, the most apparent thing of all happens in the second episode, when the Nevermore students participate in an event that is appropriately titled the Poe Cup. Nevermore Academy's gargoyles symbolize different characters. Fans who have a keen eye may have observed that the design of Nevermore Academy conceals a number of Easter eggs that have been carefully hidden throughout the building. It turns out that the gargoyles in the quad each symbolize a distinct character from the show Wednesday, which fans have rapidly grown to know and adore. Also, it seems that they provide hints about the story. Mark Scrutton, who is responsible for the set design, said the following to Variety. They intended each of the gargoyles to symbolize a particular organization or club that was a part of the school. That means there are also sirens, gorgons, and vampires.
Certainly a unique name.
Morticia Addams explains Wednesday's name. The show doesn't spend any time addressing the fact that Wednesday has a rather famous and distinctive name by doing so in the very first episode of the series. As Morticia Addams prepares to enroll her daughter at Nevermore Academy, she tells the school's principal, Larissa Weems, the tale that inspired the choice of her daughter's name. The name Wednesday was taken from the children's nursery song,